Hi, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to use Google Spreadsheet in order to manipulate data and create graphs and charts. So the first thing you notice is we have our data already here. So we have height and we have grade, heights of the students, the grade they got on the test. Maybe you're trying to tell, is your test fair or not? And for some reason you know their heights, so you're also going to see, is it fair depending on the different height of the student for some reason. So the first thing you're going to do, maybe you're just looking at are the grades normally distributed. So to do that, you can just click on the data here. You can tell it to insert a chart. It's going to automatically choose a scatter chart, which might not be appropriate for the data we're looking at. Instead, maybe we want a histogram. So we can change that to be a histogram, and now it's going to show us the spread of the data. It breaks it into bins of 8, and it groups it accordingly. So here we can see it's a fairly symmetric couple down here. In the middle we have the most here between the 79 and 93, and we get one up there. So it's a small data set, so we wouldn't expect 100% symmetrical, but looks pretty good there. If we want, we can customize that. We can change the chart style by looking at the different backgrounds of it, the borders, the fonts used in it. We can change, we can show the dividers in the histogram if we wanted to. We can change the bucket size. If I wanted that to be 5, we change it to that if we wanted to. We can change the title of the graph. We could put subtitles in there. We can change the axes titles. We can change the color of the graph. Maybe we like a nice bright green. So there's a lot of different things here we can do under customization. But right there shows us, okay, our tests appear to be fairly fair based off of that. We have a nice normal distribution of grades. But then we also want to know, is our test fair? So we're going to select both of our data sets here, except for maybe we don't want our numbers here to be out of order. Maybe we want those to be in nice order. So under data, we can actually just sort range by column A, which will take our column A, puts it in order, and it keeps the grades attached to it as well. So then from here, we can create a new chart. So again, we go into chart. It automatically creates a scatter chart, which in this case probably is actually what we'd want. Looks at the height, looks at the grade, and we can see, in this case, a positive association. It appears to have a positive slope for a line of best fit. So the higher you, or the taller you are, the better you got on this test. Again, we can change a lot of stuff here. We can customize this. We have some customization in here. One of the nice things in this is as we go through here, we can change the axes, we can change the font size. We can set a trend line if we want to. That again was under customization series. We can put a trend line in there. We can have a linear trend. In this case, it looks like. We can change the color of that trend line if we want to, make it a little bit darker. We can make it less opaque so it stands out more. A lot of stuff we can do. Oh, I just hit the data labels, and it labels all of them for us as well. We can put error bars on our data if we wanted to. So there's a lot of customization we can do just right in our spreadsheet here. We can put R squared there, which tells us how linear our data is, and 0.647, not too bad there. So there's a bunch of customization we can do. Again, under setup, there are different types of charts we could make. We could have made grade versus height. We could have made that a line graph, which maybe doesn't make sense in this case. We can make column charts, histograms again, which will only show the one variable, or we can have the scatter chart like we had before. But they have a bunch of different options as well under columns, bars, pie charts for those who like them, and so on. So a bunch of different options here. Very easy to use. Just select the data you want and tell it to make your graph. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If you have other questions, feel free to ask.